Junior English Reading.
A lesson from the fields.
Once upon a time, I spent 3 days working on a farm in rural China, and it turned out to be an eye-opening adventure. This experience taught me a lot about farming and the challenges that farmers face. Before this, I never really thought about where our potatoes come from or how much effort it takes to grow them. But after those 3 days on the farm, I gained a whole new respect for the hard work that goes into putting food on our tables. My farming adventure began after lunch because, truth be told, I wasn't exactly a pro farmer. Grandpa, being the wise guide he is, drove me to the farm. It was up on a steep slope, making the work extra tough. As a beginner, I found myself sweating buckets, feeling super thirsty and hungry, and my legs were like jelly. This experience changed the way I see things. I realized that getting an education is a privilege, something I shouldn't take lightly.
A letter to Mom and Dad. Navigating exam season together. Dear Mom and Dad, in just 28 days, we'll be diving into our district exams, a big deal for us students as it decides our next educational step. I know you both want me to succeed, and I share that same hope for myself. Dad, I see how hard you work, especially during those night shifts and with your busy schedule. Mom, since your new job started, you've been hustling from early morning to late at night, always on the phone or staying extra hours to finish up projects. I've noticed our talks have become mostly about grades and finishing homework quickly. In these crucial days, I really need your support. I understand you're both busy, but if you could spare some time for me amidst everything, it would mean a lot. Your guidance, assistance with studies, and just being there to chat is something I need. Even though I'm growing up, I still crave your comfort when things get tough, your advice when I'm lost, and your praise when things go well. I want you both to know that I'm committed to working hard and facing these exams with a positive and calm mindset. Love.
Unsung heroes, the city's dedicated cleaners. In the hustle and bustle of the city, there are heroes silently working, often overlooked but crucial for our daily lives, the cleaners. Their commitment to keeping our streets spotless, regardless of weather conditions, truly makes them the unsung beauticians of our urban landscape. From the early hours of 4 a.m. to 10 a.m., these cleaners tirelessly labor, earning a modest salary of just over 1,000 yuan. Their dedication echoes the resilience of old oxen plowing the fields, contributing their sweat and effort to maintain the city's allure. A poignant memory etched in my mind was during a bone-chilling winter morning. The temperature was below freezing, and a heavy snowfall had draped everything in white. Amidst this frozen world, I spotted an elderly cleaner in his orange uniform, a man in his late 60s. His face, weathered with age, wore a kind smile as he continued his work, undeterred by the snow clinging to his uniform. Halting for a moment, he greeted me, brushed the snow from his beard, and resumed his task. Using a hefty broom, he gathered the snow, skillfully shoveling it into the drain. His face, now adorned with beads of sweat, reflected the determination that fueled his efforts. These cleaners toiled diligently, enduring all weather conditions. Yet they receive minimal recognition or respect for their hard work. Let's pause for a moment to acknowledge these unsung heroes. and the invaluable role they play in preserving the cleanliness and charm of our city.
Exploring the colors of autumn. I found it. I found it. It's that time when the orchard is adorned with ripe fruits, revealing the hidden colors of autumn. The golden persimmons take center stage, serving as the little apple babies, too plump for new clothes, wear frustrated expressions as their faces turn rosy. The pomegranate princess laughs, displaying her pearly whites, tricking us into thinking she's an eternal, cheerful child. Even at 90, Grandma Grape remains as beautiful as a purple gemstone. So many autumn colors reside in the orchard: gold, red, white, and purple. Let's keep searching for more hues together. I pause in the field once again, ready to unveil more autumn colors. A vast sea of mature wheat captures my attention. When the wind dances, it sways like golden waves on an ocean. The cotton lady, fond of showcasing, has styled her white hair into cascading waves, flaunting it to all. Mr. Sorghum, developing a taste for red wine, leaves us guessing if his flushed face is from intoxication or the color of the wine. These autumn colors are not confined to these scenes. They hide in secret places, awaiting our discovery.
The struggles of being a regular elementary school kid. I'm just a normal elementary school student, and yeah, my family's doing okay. Life's a bit better than some others, but it's not all smooth sailing. See, my grandparents, who are in their 70s, don't quite get what it's like being a kid in school nowadays. It confuses me a lot. To deal with the study stress, I play online games. Sure, sometimes I might get a bit carried away, but who doesn't, right? When you're in a game, you gotta stick around till the important part kicks in. Everyone's been there. But my appetite has never been great, and guess what my grandpa says? He thinks it's because I'm on the computer too much. Can you figure out what I did wrong to make him say that? Then, my parents went on a business trip, and I thought, great, I can catch some extra sleep with the school schedule change. Turns out, it's not that easy. Today, when I slept until my usual time, Grandpa came to wake me up. I told him, you don't need to do this every day. But he kept coming back. And when Grandma joined in, telling me about Dad working hard and how I should be studying, a weird anger popped up inside me. That's why I'm writing this essay.
Unexpected roommates, the Sparrow family. Returning home after a while, I found some unexpected guests sharing my living space, a sparrow family. Initially, I hoped we could live together peacefully, but their incessantly chirping babies disrupted my peace. From sunrise to sunset, their chirps echoed, and their mom tirelessly fetched food for them. Despite my wish to take down their nest, their cuteness always held me back. I endured, hoping for peace once the baby sparrows grew up. A particular incident changed my perspective. One day, a baby sparrow called for its mom for a long time without any response. Hungry and determined, it decided to search for her. It didn't take much time before it tumbled from the nest to the grass below. Struggling to stand, it continued calling for its mother. She soon arrived, stood by the little one, provided food, and made comforting sounds. The baby sparrow grew quiet and eventually fell asleep in its mother's wings. This touching scene reminded me of my own mom. Regardless of when or where, facing any difficulty, her warm embrace always allowed me to sleep peacefully. Witnessing the two sparrows snuggling silently, I couldn't resist picking up the admirable sparrow mom and her child. Surprisingly, they didn't resist, and I gently returned them to their nest. From that day on, I chose to be a good neighbor, appreciating these lovable and admirable sparrows.
A heartwarming tale of sacrifice and heroism amidst an earthquake. Recently, I came across a poignant story on TV that left a lasting impact on me. It revolved around a hero, a teacher from Bushwan Middle School, who displayed extraordinary courage and sacrifice during an earthquake. In the face of danger, he shielded his four students with his own body, an act of heroism that resonated deeply with me. As rescue workers carefully extricated the four children from the rubble, the shocking discovery unfolded: the teacher had been crushed by debris, yet his arms remained tightly wrapped around his students. Witnessing this scene brought tears to my eyes, and I was profoundly moved by the teacher's selflessness and sacrifice. Initially, I questioned the teacher's actions, saying to my mom, "This teacher is crazy. He should have escaped instead of trying to save others in such a situation." However, as I reflected on those words, I realized how misguided they were. What teacher wouldn't want to live? Yet, they all abide by a fundamental principle: doing everything for their students. Later, from TV news, I discovered that the teacher was originally from Hunan province, offering support in Bushwan. Such individuals, willing to risk their lives for their students, are rare, and Teacher 10 is another example. I now understand that living without purpose or choosing an easy way out holds no meaning. Only by contributing to humanity can one's life and death carry true value. This, I believe, is the type of teacher that we, the Chinese people, need in our midst. Sending heartfelt wishes to Teacher 10 in heaven for a peaceful journey.
A heartfelt gesture from Linda Lee. This flower, graciously received, came as a thoughtful gift from Linda Lee, one of her students. Linda, a charming little girl known for adorning herself with pink bows, decided to rise early one morning. Fully aware that flowers radiate their beauty in the morning light, Linda hurriedly made her way to the field. There, she carefully selected the most exquisite and lively wildflowers, believing that despite their humble value, they carried profound blessings for her teacher. As the saying goes, a small gift can be deeply meaningful. With a quiet determination, Linda approached the office window, peeking inside. Ensuring no one was in sight, she gingerly pushed the window open, nervous yet excited, not wanting anyone to discover her surprise. Her heart raced with anticipation. Inside, she noticed a pair of tired glasses resting on the desk, a companion to the teacher during long hours of work the previous day. The calendar still clung to September 9th in the left corner, prompting Linda to delicately turn the pages to September 10th, a subtle reminder that this was a special day for her teacher. Surveying the room, she decided the pen holder was the perfect spot for the wildflowers. Her teacher, besides imparting lessons in Chinese, also taught social studies. The globe on the desk, weathered by the years, bore witness to the teacher's dedication. Linda envisioned the joy on her teacher's face upon discovering the flowers nestled in the pen holder. Though wildflowers may lack material value, they embody Linda Lee's love and blessings for her teacher, a sincere gift from the depths of her heart.
Be yourself, the tale of the black cat. In the realm of wisdom, a whisper echoes, walk your own path and let others talk. Such is the tale of a black cat, adorned in a coat of pure darkness. Unfortunately, fate took an unkind turn when a man, guided by superstitions, labeled it the cat of death and expelled it from the shop. Alone on the streets, the uniqueness of this feline became a source of aversion from its peers, plunging it into a sea of sorrow and eroding its confidence. In an attempt to blend in, it dyed its fur in an array of hues, a departure from its former self. However, fate intervened and it encountered another black cat, a kindred spirit that helped it reclaim its true identity. The black cat, with its extraordinary nature, became an object of my love, admiration, and worship. Despite the world labeling it the cat of death, I saw it as my beacon, a model of confidence, pride, uniqueness, and authenticity. It taught me a fundamental truth: the importance of being true to oneself, even in the face of disdain and judgment. The black cat became my role model, embodying the belief that one's true essence will always shine brightly. The encounter with its fellow feline friend was the catalyst for the black cat's rediscovery of itself, highlighting the invaluable role of genuine friendships, a treasure beyond the reach of wealth. Inspired by the black cat, I yearn to absorb its essence, to navigate life with the authenticity it exhibited. I'm convinced that through unwavering effort and exploration across diverse facets of life, I will uncover substantial results. I shall be true to myself.
The Tale of White Lotus Princess.
Having triumphed over the clutches of the wicked queen, the benevolent Snow White, now wed to a handsome prince, found herself living a happily ever after. As White Lotus blossomed into a stunning beauty, the kingdom hailed her as the Fairy of Lotus. One day, the royal couple decided to visit Winston, a charming village. White Lotus, enchanted by its allure, exclaimed to her father about the village's appeal, expressing a desire to live there when she grew up. Snow White, though happy for her daughter, couldn't shake off a tinge of sadness, realizing that White Lotus preferred the simplicity of Winston over the grandeur of the royal realm. In Winston, White Lotus encountered Zhao Lin, a destitute girl burdened by the hardships of life. Orphaned at a young age and mistreated by relatives, Zhao Lin's world lacked the vibrancy that White Lotus enjoyed. Unfazed by social differences, White Lotus shared her love for knowledge, teaching Zhao Lin how to read. In gratitude, Zhao Lin gifted her newfound friend a beautiful pebble, a cherished possession. Thus, in this unlikely encounter, Zhao Lin and White Lotus forged an unbreakable bond, transcending societal divides. United by the magic of friendship, they discovered that true beauty lies not just in appearances, but in the kindness one extends to others.
Surprising strength, triumph over adversity. Stepping into junior high school, the weight of nervous anticipation clung to me as I faced my inaugural monthly exam. The relentless pre-exam grind left me exhausted, my mind grappling with the onslaught of questions. In a state of mental fatigue, oxygen seemed a distant friend, leaving me bewildered and stumbling through basic questions, culminating in an all-time low math score. As I confronted a stack of papers adorned with crimson marks, the notion of surrender whispered enticingly. Yet, glancing at resilient faces around me, surrender became an untenable choice. Wiping away tears, I summoned a newfound resolve to confront the mistakes, to battle through the test, to correct every error until perfection emerged. Slowly, a seed of self-belief took root. Through the passage of 50 lantern-lit nights, I clung to perseverance. The first monthly exam emerged as a personal conquest, and I exited the exam room with a triumphant smile, whispering affirmations of my capability. However, intertwined with success were moments of failure. Anticipating tears and frustration, I surprised myself by choosing strength. I felt akin to the ugly duckling, yet within my seemingly broken wings, an unwavering determination persisted. As the final exam loomed, I compelled myself to surpass prior performances. Thoughts of personal goals, teacher expectations, and parental aspirations fueled my resolve. Though met with failure once again, I chose not surrender, but perseverance. The words I give up remained unspoken. In the crucible of repeated failures, I unearthed an unexpected wellspring of strength, demonstrating resilience even in the face of adversity.
Joining hands to create a loving fund. Have you ever pondered what occupies the minds of children in impoverished mountainous regions or those grappling with the aftermath of natural disasters? As we revel in our expansive classrooms, frolic in well-kept parks, and enjoy the warmth of family care, these children yearn for knowledge and the simple joys of play amidst our pursuit of personal happiness, who extends a helping hand to them. A recent news segment showcased the benevolence of our uncles, aunts, big brothers, and sisters in Shanghai, actively contributing money and goods to aid those affected by rare snow disasters, ensuring they too could celebrate a joyful Chinese New Year. Witnessing this act of kindness sparked an idea within me: why not establish a loving fund and rally my classmates to join in, extending a hand to those in need, enabling them to experience the joy of childhood akin to ours. In doing so, we would not only be givers but receivers of happiness. Within the folds of my loving fund, classmates opened their hearts, some contributing pocket money, others parting with cherished study materials, and a few even parting ways with their favorite books. Through our collective efforts, many children reclaimed the smiles that adversity had temporarily erased. I let my imagination take flight, painting a vivid picture of our loving fund. In this narrative, classmates became the custodians of love, architects of happiness, and bearers of boundless joy. Together, we joined hands to illuminate the lives of those less fortunate, creating a tapestry of compassion and kindness that spanned far beyond our immediate surroundings.
The agony of unrequited love. It's a truth universally acknowledged that we often grasp the value of something only in its absence. Yet, no amount of cherishing can rewind time's relentless march. If we existed in a world where our paths never crossed, would you still be the same you, and I the same me, our lives unfolding without the entwining of our fates? The ifs linger, but God, with a knowing smile, reminds us that in this world, there are no alternate realities. My heart is troubled. We've become strangers who share the deepest understanding. Watching you engage with other girls stirs a pang of pain, a testament, perhaps, to the selfishness inherent in loving someone. Even my friends have departed. They arrived alone and left in solitude. Is it my destiny to traverse life, causing hurt to others and, in turn, to myself? Even if you were to choose avoidance, I would still linger, waiting. I merely want you to know that somewhere in this vast world, there's someone patiently waiting, watching. God, in his cosmic irony, seems unjust to us mortals. I should have uttered those 3 words earlier, yet fear of pain silenced me, and the chance slipped away. Now, those 3 words might not hold the same significance for you. You no longer hold my happiness or tears in the same regard. Your gaze only conveys a sense of helplessness, but that's not what I desire. I will persevere. For you, I will tend to myself, heed your counsel, and strive for happiness. The past won't shackle me or inflict pain due to your indifference. And you, remember your promise. Safeguard yourself and refrain from self-harm. Time has sealed our yesterdays. Memories have crystallized our yearning. The dream persists with a gap. I loved until my heart fractured, and the wound persists, aching still. With the dawn, I've realized my tears transformed into a sea of longing.
Learning the art of compassion. Care is the gentle warmth shared between people, the pathway illuminated by love, and the beacon of human kindness. Absent care, love, warmth, and light fade away. The world dawns its beauty and comfort through care, and the human heart is endowed with emotions and benevolence by this simple act. Genuine care should extend to strangers, family, friends, and the world. Through a personal encounter, I learned the essence of caring. The frigid wind swept mercilessly across the earth. Enveloping everything in its biting embrace, I sat behind my mother on a bicycle, and as we approached a traffic light, my left foot became entangled in the rear wheel. A cry escaped my lips, and fresh blood seeped through my sock. Staining the concrete road, passers-by swiftly noticed and shouted, "Stop bleeding!" Amidst the pain, cyclists and motorcyclists halted. Offering assistance to free my foot, some flagged down a taxi, while others cleared a path for the taxi carrying me in the blink of an eye. A collective effort emerged. Despite my tears, the warmth of care enveloped me. The compassionate taxi driver not only declined my fare, but also assisted in registering me at the hospital. Though my white socks bore the stain of blood, care had dispelled my pain. I discovered that care, with its infinite love and kindness, was the most beautiful force, surpassing all else. From that poignant moment, I acquired the skill of caring. Learning life's most precious lesson, it granted me kindness, compassion, and genuine emotions. Care, akin to a summer breeze, carries an innate simplicity and beauty.